Welcome to the presentation of the 2021 B'nai B'rith Charles Lauer National Healthcare Award. I'm Chip Kahn, President and CEO of the Federation of American Hospitals.
And I'm Rick Pollack, President and CEO of the American Hospital Association. It's a special honor for us to join with B'nai B'rith in both celebrating our dedicated and resilient healthcare workforce while also paying tribute to a great healthcare leader and a good friend.
We are so excited to present this year's award to Ken Samet, President and CEO of MedStar Health in Columbia, Maryland. But before we get to the presentation, let's take a quick look at where our field stands right now and why people like Ken and great organizations like B'nai B'rith are making such a difference. We join you again virtually this year as our nation continues to contend with the COVID-19 pandemic. But that doesn't stop us from recognizing a leader who is truly deserving of this award and paying tribute to those on the healthcare front lines. At this moment in time, healthcare is still defined by a persistent and unprecedented pandemic. In American hospitals and around the world, caregivers are putting themselves at risk to take care of others. Now more than ever, this nation is witnessing the vital role hospitals assume for communities and experiencing the true meaning of service. As an industry, we have pivoted and shifted gears to match the ever-changing demands of COVID-19. As the disease has advanced, we have evolved, innovating and going flat out to save lives. As this fight continues, I am continuously amazed at how the healthcare profession and medical community are fully meeting the challenge. Due to COVID-19, our presentation of this coveted B'nai B'rith Award looks different, but our purpose for celebrating has never been more important. As you know, this award was established 39 years ago to honor the work of individuals and their healthcare organizations that set the standard for health innovation, initiative, and leadership. This year's honoree, Kenneth Samet, his team at MedStar Health, and every healthcare worker around the world has raised the bar for excellence and perseverance in care. Tonight we celebrate their courage, determination, and unconquerable spirit. Ken is truly an exceptional leader in our field. He has accomplished so much professionally while at the same time dedicating himself to community service. Ken has been with MedStar Health since the beginning, and it is safe to say the system and the community would not be the same without his efforts and contributions, and for that, we are proud to honor him. Quite simply, Ken has made a difference, and we are grateful for the impact of a career based on achievement and service. I must say that I have never been prouder to be part of the hospital community than I have been over the past 18 months. It takes the teamwork and coordination of each person in a hospital to keep everyone safe while also making sure patients get the life-saving care they need, whether fighting COVID-19 or suffering from a heart attack. Our colleagues throughout the country are focused like a laser beam on their mission under terribly difficult and sometimes horrendous circumstances. The list of heroes is long. Physicians, nurses, therapists, clinicians, engineers, environmental service teams, food service workers, volunteers, and administrators. They have all stepped up during this crisis. All of us should be forever thankful for everyone's spirit of service, dedication, and resilience. In terms of those who made this virtual event in honor of Ken so exceptional, I would like to take a moment to especially thank my co-chairs as well as the Tribute Committee for all they have done, and point out that this virtual gala would not be possible without the generosity of supporters and sponsors. But most of all, and I know this is critically important to our honoree, we want to acknowledge our entire healthcare community for demonstrating an exemplary commitment to care for each and every patient, particularly in this stressful time of COVID-19. We stand in awe of everything they do every day to ensure hospitals are there to care for all. Now we'd like to turn it over to Dan Mariachin, CEO of B'nai B'rith International, for a few words about B'nai B'rith's important work around the world. You are all familiar with Dan's outstanding leadership as the person who directs and supervises B'nai B'rith's global programs, activities, and staff.
Whether it's meeting with heads of state, overseeing B'nai B'rith's human rights initiatives, Lecturing at a university or hosting a podcast, Dan is at the forefront of programs and policies on issues of concern not only to the Jewish community, but also to the world.
I want to start by thanking our co-chairs and sponsors, particularly Chip Kahn, Rick Pollack, and Tom Prisolak. Without their help and their continuing support, we would not have the opportunity to share in this special video presentation with you and to recognize one of the great leaders in the healthcare field. Within a very short span of time, we've been forced to change not only the way in which we go about our daily lives, but also the very fabric of our community. The mission of B'nai B'rith always has and will be steadfast support for civil rights, fighting for social justice and equality of all kinds, and for the betterment of life for all of our citizens. Our efforts to combat anti-Semitism began early on and remain important today. As we continue our work in an unfamiliar and unpredictable global landscape, our B'nai B'rith community has risen to extraordinary heights to ensure that our seniors are being cared for, that our advocacy work is continued, humanitarian relief is provided, and that our mission remains steady. Throughout this pandemic, we've remained dedicated to the population hit the hardest, our seniors, through the B'nai B'rith Center for Senior Services, or CSS, as it's known. With over 5,000 residents in apartments in 38 housing facilities across the country, we've worked hard to ensure the safety and the dignity of our seniors. And through our advocacy efforts, we have worked with members of Congress who support critical funding for affordable, low-income housing for seniors. We care about our community, about those in need, and the larger world around us. In a time when hope and positivity are needed now more than ever before, our CSS staff and facility managers have provided it. We understand what the staff, the facilities managers, housekeeping, building managers, and volunteers serving on the front lines of B'nai B'rith senior housing properties are doing in the face of this crisis. We appreciate their courage in this time of uncertainty. Our disaster relief program has helped so many through this crisis, be it sending assistance to New Orleans for victims of Hurricane Ida or the earthquake in Haiti. Our global efforts are an example of what our organization can do and should do in this crisis. As our healthcare community has shown us, we will emerge stronger from this pandemic. We're grateful to come together as a community despite these challenging times. We're especially grateful to Ken, his team at MedStar Health, and the more than 31,000 healthcare associates under his leadership, serving more than 500,000 patients and their families each year, who are doing their very best to keep people healthy and to promote well-being in the community. He serves as a shining example of leadership in this crisis and beyond. And we pay tribute to him, all of us at B'nai B'rith, all of our members worldwide, to him, to his staff, and to those who work tirelessly every day to help keep us safe.
Thanks, Dan. No question, B'nai B'rith has been a strong voice for improving the quality of life of people around the globe and advancing human rights. Reflective of those values, we simply couldn't have chosen a more fitting honoree. Since this is a B'nai B'rith event, after all, I think I could say I consider Ken Samet to be one of my rabbis. As we know, great rabbis are great educators and advisors. And when I came to the hospital field over 30 years ago, after growing up in the world of government and politics, he became one of my teachers. As one of the most respected healthcare executives in America, he is also the source of wise counsel and has been a mentor to me and to so many other healthcare leaders. In fact, today, many of them help lead some of the most significant healthcare organizations in the country. And I know many of them are with us for this event. Now, one of the things we will all tell you about Ken is that after all these years and so many accomplishments, he's still just Kenny. That down-to-earth guy who is supportive, inquisitive, never asks more of others than he does of himself, who connects with everyone he meets, and he still combines laughter and lightness with the serious nature of his work. Oh, and like any other great rabbi, He is a man who stands on principle and has a strong moral compass, a compass that he continually uses in guiding the work that he and his team carry out every day in caring for the patients and communities they serve. Here's just one example. I know that one of the things that Ken is most proud of is that during the most significant health event in our lifetime, he could be a part of leading MedStar Health, an organization that never wavered in caring for almost 100,000 COVID patients. At the same time, he was also completely focused on doing everything possible to care for the caregivers on the front lines. Now, there's a lot more to share with you about our honoree this year, but first, let's hear from one of this evening's tribute co-chairs, my good friend Tom Prislak, President and CEO of Cedars-Sinai Health System based in Los Angeles. Tom, over to you.
It's my pleasure to recognize and congratulate my colleague and friend, Ken Samet, recipient of the prestigious B'nai B'rith International Charles S. Lauer National Healthcare Leadership Award. In doing so, I also congratulate B'nai B'rith International. You could not have selected a better honoree. In honoring Ken, you are recognizing a national healthcare leader and role model, an individual who teaches us that nothing is more important than living a principled life to make the world a better place. In honoring Ken, you are honoring an individual who every day, both personally and professionally, exemplifies the mission of B'nai B'rith to promote tolerance around the world and foster intergroup understanding. In honoring Ken, you are honoring the memory of Chuck Lauer, a friend and colleague to many of us. Chuck was loved and admired for several reasons, particularly his relentless optimism, his ability to see the good in people and in life, and the way he conducted himself with integrity. We love and admire Ken for many reasons, and those three are at the top of the list. Finally, in honoring Ken, you are honoring an individual who has demonstrated that respect for everyone we encounter, compassion for those we serve, fostering innovation, and a passionate commitment to excellence are all crucial ingredients to successful leadership. Ken's belief in those characteristics have been reflected in MedStar's performance for many years now, but their impact has been in full bloom over the past 22 months of the pandemic. Ken, congratulations, my friend. I know you will want to give credit and shine the spotlight on others, but let yourself enjoy this well-deserved honor. Leadership matters, and you have proven that throughout your career.
Thank you for those remarks, Tom, and your outstanding leadership of Cedars-Sinai. You and Ken share a special talent for leading large and complex healthcare systems. Ken Samet has also dedicated his career and considerable leadership skills to improving health and health care for the entire nation through his service on the AHA Board of Trustees. I've seen it firsthand, where he has demonstrated his passion for advancing health in America through his innovative vision, all with his quick wit. He helped plant the seeds for the principles that guided us through healthcare reform discussions, driven by the imperative of providing coverage and access to all Americans. Ken has defined his organization as one that is committed to embracing diversity and inclusion, and he helped create a board that is truly reflective of the many different communities MedStar serves. He knows that caring for patients in the community extends beyond the four walls of the hospital. As a result, MedStar Health is transforming the way care is delivered to meet patients where they need the care. They are creating more places to receive services throughout the community, bringing healthcare to where people work and live. They are emphasizing wellness and preventive measures to keep people healthier, and they are using technology to better coordinate care, reduce costs, and improve health. Even before he took the top job at MedStar, he helped define his organization as one that was committed, like B'nai B'rith, to embracing diversity and inclusion. Ken and his team have developed creative approaches to increase access to care and reduce healthcare disparities. Robert F. Kennedy put it best when he said, "The purpose in life is to contribute in some ways to making things better. That's what Ken does every day. He's made important contributions that improved the lives of millions of Americans. Of course, we all know he couldn't have done it without the support of his lovely wife, Stacy. And I know that you make her, as well as Lauren and Jordan, very proud of you, not only today, but every day. Of course, I also know you make your mom and dad very proud as well, particularly since your father has been very involved in B'nai B'rith over the years. So the legacy continues. And now to present the award, we'll turn it over to Chuck Kaufman, president of B'nai B'rith International, for the honors. Chuck, take it away.
Kenneth Samet, our honoree, is an executive known for creative and innovative thinking. He has a favorite quote. It is from the mind of American composer John Cage, and it goes like this: "I can't understand why people are frightened by new ideas. I'm frightened by the old ones." The quote is a constant reminder to Ken to keep the thinking fresh and creative in guiding MedStar. I also have a favorite quote that captures Ken Samet. It is from the Talmud, the record of rabbinic discussions on Jewish law, ethics, customs, and legends. He who saves one life is considered to have saved the entire world. Ken Samet has overseen the impressive growth of MedStar, today a $6.5 billion nonprofit healthcare system with 4,200 affiliated physicians and 31,000 associates, the largest healthcare provider in Maryland and the Washington, D.C. region. In 35 years of working in the healthcare field, Ken has created a focused on you culture of saving lives, one patient at a time. By Talmudic accounting, Ken Samet and the MedStar family have saved the whole world many, many times every day. He lives this focused on you approach. He breathes it. He speaks of it. More than a hopeful tagline, the phrase inspires the entire MedStar family. Ken Samet has his own quotes, among them this jewel: "It's really important to dream, to think big, and to think creatively. Don't let anyone tell you you cannot do something, but you have to be willing to work hard for it. You have to give back." These precious words of selfless service are also those that have guided countless B'nai B'rith International supporters for 178 years. As Ken might say, in that time, we have found our feet, whether it's through delivering quality living for seniors in our affordable housing program, or supporting countless people who've been uprooted by natural disasters, or advocating for the state of Israel, the democracy the world appreciates, for the startup nation's innovative and creative solutions in so many aspects of life. For all of his wisdom, strategic, and innovative thinking in the medical field, we at B'nai B'rith International are immensely proud to bestow the Charles S. Lauer National Healthcare Award to Kenneth A. Samet. Ken, the award B'nai B'rith presents to you symbolizes your work, your passion, vision, and philosophy in caring for others. The award is an extraordinary engraved crystal tzedakah box. In a word, tzedakah gets translated too easily as charity, but it means so much more. It is not merely a contribution or a handout or something that is expected. It actually literally commands righteous behavior, pointing to a moral obligation of taking care of those in need. It is required behavior. Every day you, Ken, are doing what is required of you, and in this way you act righteously. Not everyone can make the decisions that you make. So this tzedakah box is a clear and transparent reminder for people to express this obligation to help others. The placard on this beautiful award recognizes you for outstanding dedication to improving the health and welfare of our nation's citizens. Congratulations, Ken.
Thank you for this very special recognition. B'nai B'rith's organizational focus on social justice, advancing human rights, contributing and supporting communities in crisis around the globe, and their deep commitment to helping seniors in need makes this a truly meaningful award for me, because those ideals and values align with the ideals and values of MedStar Health and the Samet family. In our world today, those ideals and values should not just be assumed or taken for granted. Organizations like B'nai B'rith, with support from all of us, must engage and care about building a better tomorrow for our children and our communities. To receive a Healthcare Leadership Award during the most historic and impactful healthcare moment of our lifetime causes me to reflect deeply on the privilege I have to serve an organization that is made up of heroes who selflessly put themselves in harm's way to serve our communities. Physicians, nurses, and so many others who support them, creating a safe environment, a safe care environment for our friends and neighbors. Like hospitals and health systems across America, we honored our mission. We lived our purpose, one patient at a time. And so I accept this recognition from B'nai B'rith on behalf of 30,000 heroic colleagues across MedStar Health who show me every day what makes healthcare so special, who show me every day that despite the headlines, there are so many good people trying to make a positive impact for our communities, who are proud to serve and do so willingly, day after day, despite the challenges. The Charles Lauer National Healthcare Award is also special to me for some personal reasons. I had the pleasure to know Chuck, and I'm still able to think back fondly on stories he told at many healthcare receptions or dinners. He raised serious issues of the day and made a difference, and he certainly enjoyed his time with friends and colleagues as we did with him. It's special because of awardees like Marna Borgstrom last year, Tom Prisolak, and so many others through the years who are the true icons of our field. They mattered to my career, and they have mattered to healthcare across our country. One of those awardees was Ed Eckenhoff, the founder and long-term president of the MedStar National Rehabilitation Hospital. Ed was a true mentor to me in the early part of my career and a dear friend for so many years until his passing. Those that knew Ed will attest that being a paraplegic was never a disability, never a handicap for Ed. His spirit and can-do attitude were infectious for all of us. And I'm honored to have my name associated with an award that he received as well. And in a true circle of life moment, my 90-year-old father, Bob Samet, was a B'nai B'rith chapter president in Virginia many years ago. The ideals and purpose of B'nai B'rith mattered to him and my mother then, as they do today. Thanks for leading the way, Dad. For more than 3 decades, I've had the privilege of contributing to a very special healthcare organization, an organization that continues to grow and evolve to meet the needs of our communities, an organization that understands its responsibilities to all those we serve, an organization that is proud of its critical contributions time and time again, and yet is clear-eyed in understanding our responsibility to focus on unacceptable health inequities that exist across our region. Each and every day, all across America, the critical role of hospitals and health systems is felt by a patient and their family. And like my friends and colleagues who lead these organizations, our leadership responsibility is also to make certain that our organizations have the ability to meet any crisis that might impact our world, like a global pandemic. The loss, sorrow, and impact from COVID-19 is immeasurable. And yet, it has also been a time when our country found strength and hope in the halls of America's hospitals and in the caring hands of physicians and nurses. For all of us who have the privilege to lead these special organizations, the responsibility and challenges were great and continue to be so. But as leaders, we stayed focused on purpose, on mission, on supporting our people so they could do their heroic work. And that sure feels like a proud moment we can all find strength from. So once again, my sincere thanks to B'nai B'rith for honoring me, my family, and MedStar Health with this very special recognition. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken, for your friendship, your outstanding service, and your leadership, and your steady compass that keeps us all headed in the right direction. As you know, in the Jewish tradition, one of the highest honors you can bestow on an individual is to call them a mensch. It means a person of integrity and honor, whose other qualities include decency, wisdom, kindness, respect, and compassion. I'm pleased to say that Ken, as we often say, he's a real mensch and a role model to so many in our field. Congratulations, Ken, on receiving this well-deserved honor.
Well said, Rick. As we close, and I want to thank all of you for attending our virtual event in honor of Ken, these past 18 months have been painfully difficult, but this pandemic has also shone a light on the true strength of the healthcare field and the dedication of those on the front lines. Their work is extraordinary to witness. Hopefully, we will learn from this cataclysm and be better prepared in the future. I am confident we will emerge even stronger. Congratulations again to Ken on his well-deserved honor. As we depart, I want to remind everyone to go online to view our special tribute journal. There you can find more about our honoree Ken and our supporters. I do also want to take a moment to acknowledge the sponsors of this great award. They helped make this one of the most financially successful in the B'nai B'rith history. Platinum sponsors include the American Hospital Association, Atrium Health, MedStar Health, plus Ken Samet and his family. Gold sponsors are BSW Health, Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, EY, Ernst & Young, and Vizient. Our silver sponsors, Atlantic Health, Innova Health System, Kaufman Hall, Novant Health, Yale New Haven Health, and our sponsors, Association of the American Medical Colleges, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, the Federation of American Hospitals, HCA Healthcare, Mainline Health, Centera Healthcare, and Virtua Health. Thanks again to each of you, and God willing, we will see you next year in person.